Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's learn English with Khushi. Today we are going to read Truth Without Apology book by Acharya Prasant. In this video we are going to read chapter 87 because previous video I have done 86 chapter, a little bit 87 but not completely. So here it is. So chapter 87, it is all about fluency without insights is noise. When expressions comes from the rush of ignorance and desire, there is fear within due to the absence of clarity. To offset this fear, one depends on tricks like willpower and confidence. In the prevailing culture, there is a strange and excessive emphasis on public speaking. We have elevated confident expressions into a benchmark of intelligence, even of personal worth. Confidence, especially when loud and solo, has become the new idea. There is an ad I often come across. A little kid, probably 5 or 8, is standing on a stage, finger pointed at the audience as if delivering wisdom to the world. His face radiates a kind of rehearsed self-assurance, sharp gestures, growing confidence, theoretical expression, and this, it seems, is what the culture now aspires to: speak with flair, even if there is no substance. Expressiveness without insights, volume without depth. The message is simple: if you speak fluently, you are worth listening to, and if you can confidently spot gibberish, you are celebrated. This is what we now reward, but expressions or any performance skill is no indicator uh, at, at a meaningful life. What matters far more is whether you have something's worth expressions, and if you do, then manner of your expressions becomes a secondary. If you had to put it in numbers, 95% of value lies in the core, what you actually seeing, living, and seeing. 5%, if at all, belongs to external tools: your essence, vocabulary, fluency, postures, and confidence. And even that 5% is an over overestimations. Where does quality come from? It comes from attentiveness, from sincerity, from an honest relationship with life. When words comes from clarity, willpower is not needed. Clarity itself is an unstoppable force, but the marketplace thrives on insincerity because only the distracted can be sold illusion. So it promotes a culture of hollow expressiveness. Talk fast, talk loud, talk endless, and if you look good doing it, you will be rewarded by others who are just as lost. Ignorance applauds ignorance, especially when it's dressed in confidence. Oh, he is so fluent, I am impressed. You should know better. Be impressed by the right thing, because what you admire is what you start becoming. Idiot. You can't create creativity when one is not caught in mudance, rubbish. Creativity just happen. You don't develop it, you only remove what blocks it. And you can't cause creativity, but you can invite it. It comes on its own when it finds a clean space to enter. What blocks creativity? A culture mind, a mind obsessed, anxious, worried, a mind to depend on the outcome of its own efforts. Creativity is uncertain, and so are its results. If you are someone who worries too much about the results, you simply cannot be creative. The need for certainly kills creations. To create is to bring into being something truly new, something untouched by the past, by conditioning by the security of known patterns. What we actually usually call innovations, a new twist, a repurposed idea, or better version, is not creativity. It is refinement, not birth. Creativity has to be a purposeless. All purpose is drawn from memory. Even the novel's purpose is just a polished desire from the yesterday. Purpose blind, it brings fear, the fear of failure or of missing out, of not reaching the goal. In a mind dominated by fear, creativity cannot arise. True creativity requires a mind that is not chasing a result A mind that is not striving for validation, it requires inner freedom, and inner freedom is not something you achieve by effort. It is what remains when the inner noises fall silent. No habit is a good habit. Life is a constant tug of war because between habit and choice, and habit almost always wins because it disguises itself as a choice. A habit means just two things: first, you keep repeating something; second, you have no real understanding of why you do it. It happens automatically, like a reflex in a dead body. A button is pressed, a pattern is triggered, no intelligence, no questioning. When habit takes over, you vanish. There is no you in that moment. Later you might remember, you might repent, you might promise yourself you won't do it again. But when it is happening, you are absent, you are puppet dangling on invisible strings.